Manchester City's Pep Guardiola. 10 years, 6 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, 1 historic treble, 20 major trophies, centurions. Pep Guardiola didn't just manage Manchester City, he took over English football, creating history. And now he is gone. In June 2026, Manchester City appointed Enzo Maresca as his replacement, a man who called Manchester City a dream situation, who said he knows the club, he knows the demands, he knows the expectations. But here is the question nobody at the Etihad wants to answer. History shows that replacing a legendary dynasty builder almost always ends in disaster.
Manchester United after Ferguson collapsed. Arsenal after Wenger, a decade of mediocrity. Barcelona after Cruyff, Bayern after Heynckes. Some could argue Liverpool after Klopp. The pattern is undeniable. And now Enzo Maresca faces the most dangerous coaching job in world football. Can he survive Manchester City's impossible job? Or is the post-dynasty curse about to strike again? Are Manchester City about to fall into the abyss? To understand the scale of what Maresca's inheriting, you first have to understand what Guardiola actually built. When Pep arrived at the Etihad in 2016, Manchester City were already wealthy and ambitious, but they were not dominant. They had not won the Premier League in 4 years. They had never won the Champions League. They had no identity.
No philosophy, no soul. Guardiola gave them all 3. He built a team that won the Premier League with 100 points, a record that still stands. He built a team that played football so beautiful and so complex that other clubs spent years trying to copy it. He built a team that finally won the Champions League in 2023, completing a historic treble that most Manchester City fans never believed they would see in their lifetime. And then, in the summer of 2026, after 10 years and 20 trophies, he walked away. The team has changed by 80% since Maresca's last stint at the club. The players Guardiola built his empire around, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, are gone. The system that made City unstoppable, built over a decade of obsessive refinement, belongs to Guardiola. It does not automatically transfer to the next man in the dugout.
And Maresca knows it. The expectation is to win matches, win titles and compete for titles, he said ahead of the new season. And we are going to try that. Trying. At Manchester City, trying is never enough. If you're enjoying this video, smash that subscribe button. If you are already subscribed, welcome to the Mac family. History has a brutal message for anyone who follows a legend.
Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013 after 26 years and 13 Premier League titles at Manchester United. David Moyes lasted 10 months. Louis van Gaal won an FA Cup but never challenged for the title. Jose Mourinho won a League Cup and a Europa League, then was sacked. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, sacked. Ralf Rangnick, failed. Erik ten Hag spent hundreds of millions and was eventually let go. Ruben Amorim, sacked. 13 years after Ferguson's retirement, Manchester United have not won the Premier League once. Not once! Arsène Wenger spent 22 years at Arsenal, winning 3 Premier League titles and 7 FA Cups, building one of football's most romantic eras. His successor, Unai Emery, lasted 18 months.
It took Arsenal 10 years and Mikel Arteta to take them back to the top of the Premier League. Barcelona, after Johan Cruyff's philosophy fell apart, spent years in tactical confusion. Bayern Munich, after Jupp Heynckes won the treble in 2013, went through Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Niko Kovac and Hansi Flick before finding stability.
Jurgen Klopp won everything at Liverpool. Since his departure, Slot came in and won the Premier League, arguably with Klopp's team. But since then, Slot sacked. Liverpool have fallen into disarray, hoping their new manager, Andoni Iraola, can revive them back to winning the biggest trophies.
The pattern is everywhere. The dynasty builder creates a system so specific, so personal and so dependent on their presence that when they leave, everything fractures.
The question for Manchester City is whether they can be the exception or whether the curse is about to claim its next victim. To understand whether Maresca can succeed, you need to understand who he actually is. Maresca joined Manchester City's coaching setup in 2020, first managing the elite development squad before becoming Guardiola's assistant during the 2022-23 treble-winning season. He was inside the machine.
He saw how it worked from the inside. He then took Leicester City to the Championship title, playing some of the most attractive football seen in the second tier in years. He moved to Chelsea, won the Conference League and the Club World Cup. He left midway through his second season after expressing a desire to succeed Guardiola, despite being under contract until 2029. He broke his contract, he paid the compensation, he wanted this job that badly. He said upon his appointment, "This will be my third spell here. I know this club, I know the demands and I know the expectations." That familiarity matters enormously. He is not a stranger arriving at a new club trying to understand the culture. He knows the building, he knows the staff, he knows the philosophy. He has already shown his willingness to promote academy players, praising teenage winger Makaidu after his first pre-season game, saying, "He's that kind of winger that I love, very aggressive, always 1v1. This is a manager who sees the future, not just the present." But the Premier League does not wait for managers to find their feet. While Maresca finds his rhythm, the rest of the Premier League are circling. Arsenal are Premier League champions. In Maresca's first game in charge of City, they lost in the Community Shield 3-0 to the reigning champions Arsenal. Liverpool under Andoni Iraola are ambitious and rebuilding. Chelsea under Xabi Alonso are loaded with young talent and backed by enormous investment. Every rival club in England knows that this is the window. The one moment when Manchester City are vulnerable. The one season when the dynasty may not protect them. Because without Guardiola, City must prove they are a system and not just a manager. They must prove the culture he built outlasts the man who built it. History says that almost never happens. The honest answer is, nobody knows. But the signs are more encouraging than the history books suggest. Maresca is not a caretaker, he is not a stopgap. He was chosen deliberately by a club that has spent 10 years being the most professionally run organisation in English football. He signed a 3-year contract. City paid £17 million in compensation to bring him from Chelsea. This is a long-term commitment from both sides. He knows the club, he knows the philosophy, he has won trophies at every club he has managed. And crucially, he has the hunger. He broke a contract, he walked away from Chelsea, he took a calculated risk to be here. He said, for sure, try to win some titles, but as I said before, it's what the club has to fight for, so hopefully we can be at the end of the season and enjoy that moment. That is the attitude of a man who came here to win. Not to survive, not to manage the transition, to win. Whether the Premier League gives him time to do it is another question entirely. Because the post-dynasty curse does not care about contracts. It does not care about familiarity. It does not care about intentions. It only cares about trophies. And at Manchester City, trophies are the only language that matters. Can Enzo Maresca learn to speak it? The 2026-27 season is about to give us the answer. Let me know in the comments, do you think Maresca wins a major trophy in his first season?